everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you the easy way to paint a bird. You'll need a picture that's free of copyright restrictions, so go on Unsplash or Pixels or take one yourself. We're going to trace the shape of the bird. We don't have to worry about sketching it, you just trace the outline shape. That's all we need. We really don't need any of the detail. Well, perhaps the eye. I find it helpful to go ahead and trace the eye so that you get the shape right and the placement right. The eyes can make or break a painting, so it may be helpful to paint them first. That way, it'll be easy to start over if you need to. My little bird is going to be sitting on top of a tree trunk, so I will just paint that very quickly here before we start the body of the bird. If you would like to know how to paint a tree trunk or any type of tree texture, then check out this video right here. So getting started on our bird, we want to completely cover our bird with water. Now I am going to use a large brush for this project. I am using the size 8 filbert brush. I'm doing that because I want my strokes to be very large and loose. And now we'll just drop in some pigment. And oops, alright, the top of his head has already dried, but that's okay. I'll just grab some more clean water and add it to his head. Now, in fact, I'll just go ahead and recover his body just to make sure that it's nice and wet. I don't want it so wet that it pools, but just get a nice coating on there. Now we'll start back with the pigment again. It's easier to go darker, so we start out a little bit lighter than we think we want to go. And the reason for this large brush is, see, I don't want to make a lot of strokes. I want just a few strokes. And I'll have to encourage the pigment to move where I want it to move, but as far as my strokes go, I want to do as few as possible. I'm coming back with the darker now, and I know that I want the shape of that wing to stand out, so that's why I did that stroke. And now we'll do a couple more here, and then allow that darker pigment to just seep wherever it wants. And I've cleaned my brush, and I'm just going to make some negative space there to look like feathers around his eyes. And since this is a robin, I want an orange for his chest, so I'm just going to drop that in. And it looks like it's pooling over to that left side quite a bit. My paper kind of buckled right there, so I'm just going to try and encourage it to move around. I don't mind it being a little darker there. In fact, that would be good if it's a little darker there. I just want it to spread out a little more than it is. And I'm going to drop in a little gray for a little shadowing along his white underside. I'm just trying to get the general shape here. Not a lot of detail. And I'm certainly not covering the whole space with the gray, just kind of texturing it around. Pick up a little bit extra and wipe it off. And now I'm taking that same brush and I just want to add a little feathering type strokes now that the rest of it is dry. Not too much, less is more. Don't want to disturb that beautiful first layer that we have. I just want to add a little more definition to his wing so that you can tell that's a wing in front there, in front of his tail. So we'll add a little shadowing to his tail and a little more texture, like I said, to his wing here. That will make that a little more obvious, and I'll clean up the tip of that wing too. So I don't want any harsh lines. So I'm going back with clean water and just softening those edges there. Now let's work on the tip. Add just a little bit of these little hair-like feathers on the outline part. It makes it look so much better, a little more realistic. I'm also going to add a little more of these feathers along the outline of his chest. And the orange really dried a lighter color than I wanted it to, so I don't want to ruin that first layer, but I am going to go back over the top with a little more intense orange, and then I will use clean water again, just like we did on the wing, and soften that out a little bit, and that will brighten it up quite a bit, as well as add a little texture. I'll also do it on his belly so that there's a little more texture there as well. And I'm sorry, my focus messed up here and it started focusing on my hand for just a few minutes, so sorry about that. my reference photo had orange above his beak as well as on his chest, so I'm going to go back and add a little bit of this orange to his face. And that's it, all done. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe for more videos coming up soon. Thanks.